Hey everybody, how you doing? Thurlow Weed here, CryptoTalk.news. I haven't done a video here in a while, so I'm excited to be back doing some stuff. Things have been really wild. For a while, they were really slow, and then they got a little wild and crazy, and they're starting to pick up here in the cryptocurrency space. I had made some videos previously talking about how I believe that after Consensus 2018 here in May, that recently just passed on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, I believe that within a couple of months after that is really when we would start to see cryptocurrencies rebound, for the long haul being bullish. Now, let me go ahead and put my headset on real quick. Now, this is something that I spoke about, and the reason that I thought that it was going to happen is really it was just based on previous result. Okay, right here. If you look, in 2015, Consensus was actually in September. So Consensus was in September. Bitcoin was at $240. 55 days later, it went from $240 to $497. And then 35 days after the $497, or actually, should I say, sorry, it was at $240. Then 35 days later, it was at $275. And then 55 days later, so 20 days after that, it jumped up to 500 or 497, so it just about doubled. 2016 in May, Consensus, sorry, I'm just still learning this, it's all in opposite. May 2nd through the 4th, it was at $452. Then 30 days later, it was 580. And then 45 days later, it was, so basically 15 days after that, it was 780. So it just about doubled. Then if you look at 2017, you'll see May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, Bitcoin was at $2,200. 20 days later, it was at $2,980. And then 80 days later, it was at $4,370. And that's not even the peak, as you can see. So they had Consensus on May 14th, 15th, and 16th this year. And there you go. So is it going to be, are we going to start to see the bullish come back in crypto? I think that we've started to in some cases. What the heck was that? I thought there was a, oh yeah, get some light up on this. So I really thought that we were going to be able to So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to start to see the bull run. I think we've already started to on some cases in some coins. I'm not necessarily saying on Bitcoin. I do know that there are some more ICOs out there that are actually kind of coming out and hitting the exchanges. When I was very, very active, I was doing a lot of ICOs, and I was actually not necessarily promoting them, but I was covering them and I was reviewing them here on the channel. So a lot of those ICOs, a majority of them didn't pan out. They haven't hit the exchanges, a lot of different things like that. So I have a couple of currencies that I'm like really just kind of chilling with, and then you're going to start to see me do some more ICO reviews, but I'm not going to do them daily because I'm really I'm really going to kind of pick and choose them a little bit more. Now, before, I was reviewing them, and this is the same thing, but I never actually suggested anybody go and do anyone unless they wanted to. But I wasn't kind of like saying, oh, it's a great risk or it's immediate risk. I was just presenting what the actual ICO was. So I there were some that I bought into. There's some that I bought into that have actually, never shown up on an exchange. There's some that I did bounties for that just never paid out. There's one like MobiLink that's changed their ticker like 4 times, and I have a whole wallet that has like 3 different coins for them, and I don't know which one, if any, are going to be of use. Now, this is crypto and cannabis, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I rip some of my bull. And if most of you don't know, I am Thurlow Weed. I own the only legal cannabis club in the Denver metro area. It was the first legal cannabis club in Colorado, or in the United States, and you go check it out. It's I Bake of Denver. I've got the shirt on right here. So it's only fit that I do a show that's crypto and cannabis. related. So my forecast is we're going to start to see a bullish market, but I don't know if ICOs are necessarily the big thing that you want to get into now. I see that, there's going to be certain coins that have steady growth. They were really talking about 2018 being a year for privacy coins. With that being said, Zcash has seen quite a jump in price over the last couple of weeks, or at least since consensus a week and a half or so ago. So I believe that we are going to start to see a lot more with privacy coins, or a lot of value put into privacy coins, and we're going to see some of those kind of skyrocket a little bit. I do have very strong feelings about Tron myself. I know that there's people that really don't like Tron, or people don't have great feelings about Tron. I believe that Tron started out rocky and rough, but I also believe that they've kind of redeemed themselves. They did their mainnet test. They've done airdrops. I think they've got their mainnet launch. Then they're moving some dApps over. So basically Tron is really getting going by the end of June, beginning of July. Tron should be it should be totally off the Ethereum network or platform, and they should be doing their own things, which is basically going to be competing against Ethereum. Now, I'm not saying that Tron will necessarily beat out Ethereum. It'll be up to $1,000 or anything like that. But if Tron does what they say that they're going to do, then Tron is going to be a viable application. It's going to be a viable cryptocurrency and a viable platform and coin that's going to be out there on the market. And with a large following behind it and a lot of support, community support, I do see Tron, reaching $10 or $20 by the end of the year. I believe that it fully has the potential to go that high. And as for me, I'd like to see Tron getting that high. But the reason that I've actually purchased and invested heavily in Tron is because I believe that it really has the potential to skyrocket. If you look back at Ethereum and see what the price of Ethereum was, the price of Ethereum in, May 2017. Let's see what it was. Cointelegraph, May 17th, 2013. Ethereum price analysis. So it was at $166 in May. But back in... in May it jumped up there. Well, in May it jumped up there. Back in February or March, it wasn't even over $100. Yeah, back in February, or it was barely at a couple dollars. So essentially, at the beginning of the year last year, Ethereum was not worth much, and then within a few months, it jumped up to $166. So I believe that Tron has the potential to be able to go up to at least $10 to $20 this year. And again, that's if they do everything that they say that they're going to do. If everything works out the way that the Tron community, I guess you can say, what they're trying to work out. Sorry, I'm just trying to get that video going. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Hey, what you think. Do you think Tron has the ability to go all the way? What other coins do you think are going to jump up in value? I know that we saw a lot of, we saw Ethereum climb in value, but then, as we saw everything drop, we really saw a drastic drop in Ethereum as well. Do you think that it has the strength to come back? I know that there's so many smart contract platforms that are vying and going after Ethereum, but sometimes, when you're the first, in some cases, you're not always the best, but in some cases, when you're first, you have a majority of the community support. So it could be harder for another project to come along and be able to kick it out. But who's to say that there needs to be only one? That's what I'm looking at. I think that you don't really want a monopoly, so to speak. Now, everybody would like to have just one regular cryptocurrency, of course, but I I don't think that's what it's ever going to come to. I don't think there's going to be just one. I think there's going to be one that a majority uses, one or two that a majority uses, but I don't think that or feel that there's going to be just one. I think that it's going to kind of turn into something where businesses offer it in different formats and platforms too, and it's going to be a different universal way to be able to essentially make money or get paid through different cryptocurrencies or whatnot. So where it's going to go, I don't know 100% for sure. Hell, I don't think any of us do, but I do know that there are some projects out there that have a lot of strength, that have a big community behind them, and that can go somewhere. I know that Tron is listed on multiple exchanges, so that is always a plus. And if a project like Tron was to be able to get on something like Coinbase, you know, I think that shows that there's a lot of potential that could be done there. We don't know. Again, Ethereum was at this point, and then it shot up drastically over a short period of time, just a few months. So again, I believe that Tron and or some of these other smart contract platforms have the ability to shoot up there. I do believe that again, Tron was, you know, I believe it's got a lot of community support, but aside from the community support, it's had a lot of recognition, so to speak, or not recognition, but publicity. Whether it's good or bad, it's had a lot of publicity. And the fact that it's had a lot of publicity early on is something that I believe will help to make it a contender. So while I'm sitting on, you know, a little bit of Tron, I'm waiting to see where it can go. If Tron goes to $20 or $30, or if $100 a coin, then I'll be buying a Lambo with it. You know, if the Lambo dealership takes Tron. So, but there's a few other coins. There's a free coin that's out there, Universal Coin, that I've been collecting. They're giving it away free to everybody. I don't know when or if it'll actually be on an exchange. So I'm interested in seeing if it will be. Now, if you want to go ahead and keep up to date with what I'm doing, check out my portfolio. You can follow me on Twitter at Thurlow Weed. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'll be honest, I post a lot more on Instagram than I do Twitter. I was posting quite a bit on Twitter for a while, but it's a lot of news stuff. And while I have a lot of news stuff, there's a lot of people that have been in the cryptocurrency space quite a bit longer than me that are sending out stories. I don't feel right retweeting the same stories. I'd rather share different and new stories. So while that being said, fired up. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Thanks for checking out the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you like it. You can join me for Crypto and Cannabis every Tuesday. That's right, every Tuesday right here on the CryptoTalk.news show. We do have other CryptoTalk.news shows that we're doing and other videos that we upload regularly. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get those. But if you want to kick back, smoke a bowl, and talk about cryptocurrency, make sure you go ahead and stop by here every Tuesday at, 12 p.m. Mountain Time. 12 p.m. Mountain Time every Tuesday. Come on here and smoke out with me and talk crypto and cannabis. You can also join the Crypto and Cannabis meetups at iBake Denver. We are going to be having them monthly. We actually have the meetup page set up, but I do not have the first meetup day set up yet. So we'll be getting that taken care of, and we'll be getting that done here soon, and we'll let you know. So follow iBake Denver on Instagram. Follow Thurlow Weed right here on Instagram, or right on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe down below. Click on the little bell to receive post notifications and alerts every time we upload new content. Take care, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.